Hey guys, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO, and I hope you are having a great day today. As I promised, we're going to do 2 or 3 of these a day. I don't know how many we're going to do. I decided I need to get some yard work done here in Driftwood, so I came over here to get some stuff done and thought I would just do a quick live focusing on the ruthless elimination of our hustle and our hurry. Because right now that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a mandatory slowdown, a time to ease down what we're doing as individuals. And I thought, okay, what a better way than to talk about this. How can we build margin into our life? How can we take and just shift a little bit? Now, a lot of you CEOs right now, a lot of you executives are saying, man, we don't have time to put any type of margin in our life. We don't even know what's going on. We don't know if we can have our employees come in. We don't know, how we're going to communicate. I want you to know that over the next few days, I'm teamed up with Mike McGolick. We have come out with something that's going to help corporations. Mike has potential. He has the red flag, an expert, if you will, in social media risk mitigation, in public relations, in all of that area. I mean, artificial intelligence, everything. I've been working with Mike now for a few years and said, look, man, I want you to sponsor the afternoon show. I think this stuff is good. And I'm really tying down the final parts of this where we can help companies through this time period know how to protect the house, how to protect the brand. So we're going to be talking about that. You'll see more of that coming up. You can go over to getredflag.com, I believe is what it is. Just phenomenal. You can look up Mike McGolick. He can talk to you about all this stuff. Great guy. I sat on the board of directors. Let me say that. But let's focus in on how do we ruthlessly eliminate that hustle, that hurry, that angst that we're getting. And right now, that truly is what we're feeling. We are feeling a huge angst. Oh, Troy, how do you know this? Because I'm reading about it. I'm seeing it. I'm watching blog posts. Matter of fact, I had a text come in from a guy that said, Troy, I just want to bring my family home, lock them into the house, and keep them there. And it's like, look, man, that's not what this is about. This is about common sense. See, I believe that the greatest enemy to the coronavirus isn't the virus itself. It's the fact that many of us are caught up in the pandemonium. We're caught up in the hustle of trying to find answers. We're in the hustle of figuring out what's going to be next. We're in this shift of things that we can't control. It's an uncertain time period. Who do we believe? What do we believe? I invested my morning with a doctor who has worked with many of the military's 42 different governments across the globe, with our own government, looking at viruses. That her whole life has been about viruses, and she shared information with me that we're gonna talk about down the road on just how viruses work. Now, some of this I already knew because my wife has been in the medical field through her mom. Her mom was a lab tech. She went to school for a period of her school year to be a doctor, so she knows a lot about this. So I knew a lot, but I was given so much more information this morning on viruses, and it's like, wow, I can see where people are freaking out because we don't know. And in talking with her, she said the one thing, Troy, you can do is just everybody calm down. Tell those people that you influence just to relax. Do what you're told and relax. And I thought, okay, that's it. Today we're going to talk about hustle. We're going to talk about ripping that away from our life. And you've heard me the last few days talk about this because I feel like up until this moment, we have progressively gone from a 32-hour work week, a 36-hour work week, 40-hour work week, 50-hour work week, to where the mantra in business today, to succeed, you've got to be working hundreds of hours. You've got to be there before everybody else. You got to be there till it closes. You've got to be leading the pack. Leadership isn't hustle. And that's the key here. So if you want to know what the biggest enemy is at eradicating the virus, it's our hustle. It's the fact that we're pumping our heart a million miles a minute. Our brain is going into a flux of chaos where we're saying, "Oh my gosh, what do we do? Do we fight? Do we flight? Do we just become paranoid and freeze?" And it's a situation where we want to rip this away, and we want to focus on what's beyond the uncertainty. We want to look at what can we do between now and the end of the uncertainty in our life. What can we eliminate? What can we push on? What can we move away with? So the action step, and this is the big one. As I was writing notes, the action step is in the next 24 hours. I think we need to journal. You just need to write down, what are your feelings? Okay, how does your body sensations work when it comes to the hustle? When you think about, I just got to keep going. I got to make it. I got to do it. How does your body react to that? How does your body react to the stress that you're under? You need to write this down. You need to be fully focused on how is your body reacting to all this. I just got off the phone with Jeff Weisberg, just a dear friend, a mentor of mine, and he said, "Dude, how are you doing?" I said, "Actually, I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting some stuff done. I'm being very cautious. I'm keeping distance when I'm at the store, but I'm getting work done. I'm just doing what I need to do. I'm not letting this affect my emotional state and get me all clamped up." So, how is your body sensations during the distractions? Okay, when you're focused here and all of a sudden you news report, or you're focused here and all of a sudden somebody texts you, "Oh my gosh, have you heard the latest news?" How are you reacting to that? How are you reacting to irritations that are coming along? How is that making you feel right now? And this is the big one that I think everyone needs to focus on. I think this is what we're seeing in millennials that's scaring them, whether they realize it or not, into not following through like they should in some areas. And that's when you think about the isolation, when you think about the social distancing, how is that affecting you? See, we see this stuff all the time on the TV. We see people fighting. We see people hoarding stuff. One of our kind of adoptive daughters had texted Paige and said, "Oh my gosh, we just saw a lady get stabbed at the store over a roll of toilet paper, and the girls are just totally beside themselves." When you look at all of this stuff that's coming here, how is your body reacting? Because this is important. Your physical health during this time period, if you want those immunities to grow up in your body, if you want your body to be building up antibodies inside of itself, then you need to be looking at this type of stuff, because it's the hustle, the stress, the distractions, the irritations, the isolation. It's what's going through your mind right now that's going to determine what you're feeling, how you're feeling. And I talked yesterday, and I'm going to be beating this up for the next few days. You've got to pause. You've got to disconnect. You've got to take time to do yard work, do the laundry, take a bath, sit in silence, pray, meditate, jam out to some ZZ Top or some Garth Brooks, whichever the case may be. Take time for you. Tim Sanders, who's one of my dear mentors, said it best when he wrote his book, "Love is the Killer App." And you've got to start loving yourself a little bit on this. You've got to take this and take it to the next level. See, there's no biohack. There's no artificial intelligence for love. And love, I'm talking about love as a noun. Love is an action. You've got to take and say, okay, I care so much about my body. I care so much about my mind. I care so much about my heart. I care about my family so much. I'm going to take care of myself. If you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of your family? So you've got to get a grip on this. You may need some help. You may need to call a counselor. You may need to get on a hotline somewhere and say, look, I just need to talk through some of this stuff. Whatever you need to do, you just need to do that. Because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. You're going to start treating people differently than you want to be treated. And the golden rule says, treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you're angst out and you're freaking out and you're getting pissed off and you're getting all hyper, then you're going to start attacking people in whether it's verbally or physically, it doesn't matter. That's what it's going to do. Or you're going to clam up and break down. But part of attacking others is when you don't say anything at all. You just avoid the conflict altogether. And you don't want to do that either. You want to move through this. You want to be able to keep this going. Okay, you've got to be able to accept that there's distractions in life. You've got to be able to accept that there's things that you cannot control. There are just, doesn't matter how much we all want to be in control of our life, you can't be. So you've got to be able to look at this and start making plans for what's going to happen on the other side. Hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to downsize right now. We're going to focus. We're going to do this. Here's how I'm planning my business. Here's how I'm going to start getting information into people's hands. I'm not going to overly worry about making the sale right now. I'm just going to focus. I'm going to drive. I'm going to try to give information back to other people. There's no reason you can't pass this on or pass other videos on that you see that you feel can help people, because I told you we are in a rebellion. Okay, we have decided we're rebelling against the dull, negative, disillusioned crybabies that are out there. We're not going to get wrapped up in the conspiracy theories. We're not going to get wrapped up into the politics. We're not going to get wrapped up into, the sky is falling crap. What we're going to get wrapped up in is, how can I help my community? Whether that's your online community, whether that's your physical community, how can you help your community? That truly is the key. Because when you're helping yourself and you're helping the community and you're helping your family, life changes. You guys could take this moment, this unknown time, next few weeks, few months, and invest it backwards a little bit. Let's go back and say, how can we invest into our kids? I'll be headed up to Freeport here in a little bit to the big house, and I'm gonna take and we're gonna go into the woods. Ashton and I will probably go for a walk. Maybe some of the other girls will ride their bike. Whatever the case is, we're gonna decompress and chill a little bit, because that's the only way we're going to be able to make this day by day. Each day changes, each moment changes, but you can keep this thing rolling. You can keep pushing forward. You can keep moving it. For you that love the Lord like I do, have a relationship with Jesus Christ, this didn't catch him by surprise. But it's going to happen. That's the way it works. It wasn't, what happened? It doesn't work that way. So you need to take a breather and say, Lord, I need you to renew my mind. I need to realize that this didn't catch you by surprise. What can I learn through this? It doesn't mean not to be proactive. It doesn't mean, Jesus has got my hairs on my head numbered. Hello, got mine numbered 0. What it means is you're using common sense. You're praying. You're moving this thing forward. You're reading your Bible. If y'all aren't into the Christian scene, I get that. That's okay. Here's what you need to do. Find some good positive reading out there that you like. Listen to some good music. Meditate. Enjoy nature. Just don't get angst and wrapped up in all of the garbage that you're seeing. That's what I'm asking. So, hey guys, we may be back this afternoon, but we'll definitely be back in the morning. So this is what I want to leave you with, because this is what's written on my hands, if you can see them. Act justly. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. Walk humbly. If somebody's grabbing for that toilet paper, they're grabbing for that water. Trust me, it won't be the last. Help them with it. Put it in their cart if you need to. And love mercy. Take a little bit of deep breath. We all get pissed off. We all get angry. Anybody that says they don't, well, now they're lying to us too. Okay, so you need to do that. And then lastly, you need to remember, and I'm going to leave you with this. Love always wins. We don't have to be hating on each other. We don't have to be out there being snarky to each other. We need to realize we are all in the same boat. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just moving this thing forward. I love y'all. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.